looks like it says live on Apple and Spotify. What is up? It is your boy Aaron with the Extra Point Podcast, and I'm here with.
DJ, also from the Extra Point Podcast.
Let's go. I like your new hat.
Thank you. Jackson Dart is the future, baby.
It's crazy.
As you can see, I'm pretty excited for the new season. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be electric for my G-men.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Well, I'm excited to get into it. Today we're talking about the NFL Combine. Some of the people that we liked that we saw. I watched the tight ends, linebackers, and safeties. I didn't see any of the guards go. I wasn't able to catch that, unfortunately, like the offensive line or any of the receivers or anybody. So I do have a
Yep,
lot to say about.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I do have a lot to say about like those position groups, but other than that, I mean, I'll let you take the floor on this one.
Yeah, so I mean, the one thing I can say about Indianapolis in 2026 is that speed dominated. Um, God, there was I think 3 or 4 records broken in those categories. But dude, the athleticism, like I have to say I wasn't really doing too much looking at the draft class coming in. I'm trying to get better at that. This was
Mm-hmm.
a big step I think for me. Um, dude, was I sleeping? And,
Yeah.
and we roughly talked about this earlier on the phone. I think a lot of people are sleeping on this draft class, and just the athleticism, man. The athleticism was tonight, and or not tonight, but yesterday. Um, really, just insane. Every position group had somebody lighting it up. Offensive linemen, linebackers. So we'll get to Sonny Styles. Um,
I'm literally looking up his stats right now.
Everywhere. I've got him here if you want. Just unreal, man. Absolutely unreal performance from every single one of those boys in each of their positions.
I think because it's not like a super big quarterback draft, right? And those are the names people are expecting to know. Like, even the more
Sure.
casual
Yeah.
fans will know of the best quarterback prospects. So because of
Mm-hmm.
that, people are like, "Oh, it's a down year. We just had all these
Right.
quarterbacks drafted, 2 years ago and
The
3 years
past two
ago."
years, past couple years.
Exactly, and so the big names aren't out there, but it's one of those for the trenches. It's one of those
Yeah.
drafts for the trenches. A lot of guard, offensive tackle, a lot of edges. Honestly, the corner. This is a great corner draft because you've got Mansour Delane, Jermod McCoy, Colton Hood,
Sure.
Avion Terrell. I mean, I could literally go on, and I know
I,
that because I've been looking at corners for us to take.
right. Right.
And there's really there's no bad answers.
No, exactly, and it is crazy because I didn't realize this until recently, but the overall feeling I had is that a lot of the corners were going to be like mid draft picks, but I've seen that originally as like, man, this is a bad draft class, but I've come to realize it's not that at all. All
Mm-hmm.
of these other positions are shining so bright to me. Uh, I see why in my head most of the corners are falling into later rounds. Um, but I agree. I don't think it's to say that the corner rooms or the corner prospects here aren't that good. I think it's just everybody else is going much harder in this draft class.
Yeah, and we'll get to it in the mock draft. I think that's next week. I'll have to double check. But yeah, just a lot of your like skill position players. I feel like there's only one running back going in the first round. I actually
Okay.
was struggling to towards the end of my mock to like find receivers for receiver needy teams because I was like I just don't think they're first round talent. I don't think you would reach this high. And so it's like I ended up giving a lot of those teams like some defensive line players or some linebackers, which this draft has a lot of. So
Yeah, yeah, it does. So, where you want to start?
let's get into Sonny
Would
Styles,
you like
man.
to?
Let's get this. I mean, he seems to be the big man on campus. I have right here Sonny and Lorenzo Styles killing it. Both the
Yeah.
Styles
Yep.
brothers.
Yep.
I don't even know where Lorenzo was projected at, but it's going up after this weekend, 100%.
I think they said he was a late second to early third. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him sneak in. I definitely think we're early to middle second round for sure, but would not surprise me if a team wanted to take him in the first round, just on the off chance. Anybody picking in that late early second area.
Does his brother play edge, right? Or do they both play
Sonny
linebacker?
or
Yeah,
Lorenzo?
Lorenzo. Because I can see
Lorenzo, I believe, defensive back.
okay, okay, yeah. So that just goes to show you just
Yeah.
how. I mean, more safety or more corner? You thinking? Probably corner.
Um, yeah, with his speed, I would say probably
Damn.
corner.
Now I'm looking at him for Dallas.
Oh no, they have him as a safety actually. Yeah, he's put down as a safety.
Some
That's
good
crazy.
safeties. Yeah. You got Caleb Downs, Dylan Thieneman, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. I've been looking at all
Dude.
these guys, and now Lorenzo Styles, man.
Dude, you know what? This makes me think now that I actually had that realization. If Caleb Downs is already gone, and this is just hypothetical, I mean the Giants are picking at 5. I mean if Sonny falls to us, we just released Bobby O'Carroll. There's your ideal replacement, right? Why not at the top of the second round? What says they don't take his brother for the back? If
Yeah.
not Cardinal Tate, but Caleb
Sonny
Downs is
Styles?
already gone. Sonny and Lorenzo, that would be
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I again I wanted Sonny Styles. I told you this, but I didn't say it on the pod.
Right.
I was looking at him for Dallas's 12th pick, but after the combine, I think he's gonna shoot up there. I don't see him. Dang, I gotta change this before we do our mock draft. But I don't think I see him leaving the top 10.
Do you think he's top 5?
Well, hold on. What I have now is I have Arvell Reese going number 2. He's the only
Number
linebacker
2,
in my
okay.
top 10. I do think
Okay.
Washington, Tennessee, Arizona, Kansas City, and Cincinnati. I think they could all go for a Sonny Styles, and so that's 4 out of your 5. Yeah, I think there's. I don't know top 5 just because personally I still like Arvell Reese better. I still like David Bailey better. People are saying Jeremiah Love squeaking into the top 5, so that top 5 is getting crowded. If you're swearing
Yeah,
by
yeah.
Fernando Mendoza, Arvell Reese,
And
Malagoa,
Bain.
and
Bain was projected to go to the Jets at 2. Quite a lot.
I've seen that. I think he slides. I think he slides because of his
Yeah,
arms.
he did not have a good combine.
He didn't
Did
have a
not.
good combine, but how much of this is smokescreen? How much of this are teams like Washington that need a Reuben Bain and going, hey, what can we do to make this guy? I'm not saying Washington's behind all of it, but maybe
Right.
they're willing to capitalize on him sliding down to 7.
I wouldn't mind that. I would love to see the downfall of Washington anytime. So
Yeah, that's who I have
Um,
taken him.
I will say A lot of big body receivers and linebackers, and even some quarterbacks that I think we'll get into later that shaped a lot of people's mock drafts quite a bit, or the mock boards maybe is the
Yeah.
better word for that. But um, I honestly saw a lot out of the quarterbacks that I liked. Um, I will say it is really a like genuine battle for third right now to see who's going to be that third one to sneak in. We already talked about this on the phone as well. Is that we both agree that a quarterback is only one's going in the first round.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I don't
and
see
outside of that,
the Rams have 2 picks though, right?
yes, yes, one is the whose pick was it that they traded?
Falcons.
Falcons. That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So
And then
I've
they have
seen
theirs, which is late.
yeah, I've seen their pick 29. A lot of people are saying that's the Ty Simpson pick. You don't take him with your 13th pick just because you do still have Stafford. But here's my thought
Sure.
process. If you're going to take a quarterback, no, I don't. I just don't think they're taking a quarterback. I think Stafford has more than 1 year. I don't think it's his last year. And they already do have a Stetson Bennett. Now they might be
Sure.
losing Jimmy Garoppolo to, I've heard Arizona,
Yep. I've heard that too.
and you could argue that they need a backup. But even then, you were saying Drew Aller. I mean, I
Hmm.
just feel like using a one on Ty Simpson is a stretch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
That
don't
makes sense.
and I don't know if they
I
have a
have a
two, but
I have a different name for Ty Simpson.
oh god, where
Detroit.
Detroit?
I
Uh,
think he'd be a really good Jared Goff replacement. I
yeah.
really do. Yep. With Jameer
Um,
Gibbs and Amon Ra out there,
I was gonna
that's
say I'm sure he would love Detroit. I'm sure he would love to throw to Amon Ra and have a freshly paid Gibbs with no competition. Like, yeah. Um,
I think he would fit very well into Dan Campbell's system.
yeah, he needs to back up. I don't want him to start. I think the only starting caliber
Yeah, no.
quarterback is Fernando Mendoza. And even then, he's going to a poverty franchise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
Hate to say it. I hate to say it, but you're right. God, dude, he's gonna have such a hard time, dude. I really
Is he?
feel for him.
I mean,
Yeah,
Clint
I mean,
Kubiak, Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers. I mean,
but outside of those two other players that you just named,
Tyreek Hill.
what do we got going on? That would
I
be pretty
told
wicked.
you,
That'd be pretty
he's gonna
wicked.
end up in the NFC West or the AFC West,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's a party guy. He loves Sin City.
I don't know. I don't hate to see it. It feels like a very Raiders move. It also feels
Does
like
it?
a very Tyreek move, as you've pointed out.
That's what I'm saying.
Um, dude, I hope he goes back to the AFC West, and I hope it's with anybody but the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Just to watch what those 2 games a year, like what he brings to those games amongst everything else.
he's too respectful. He probably still wants to retire on the Chiefs, so he'll probably still kiss their ass or whatever.
A couple colleges I wanted to
Okay.
shout out. Uh, Oregon, Ohio, and Arkansas. All
Yeah.
those 3 colleges had some absolute monsters out there this year.
I know Ohio's the big talking point right now because people are saying they may
Yep.
have 4 in the top 10.
That's crazy, dude. Their their system down there is just milling out superstars. I
Yeah.
can't believe it.
Uh, they had Justin Fields.
Yeah. I'm not saying every single hit is a hit, but come on, man. You just said
Hey,
it 5 or 4 in the top 10. Whoo!
by
Whoo!
that logic, Alabama.
That is true.
Ty Simpson
That's
is with Alabama. I'm just, by that logic.
yeah.
Hey, Jalen Milroe is a Super Bowl champion. Isn't that crazy?
Rookie year
Milroe,
Super Bowl champion.
Jalen
Yep.
Milroe and Jalen Hurts are Super Bowl champions.
And Drew Lock. Drew Lock,
Jalen
by
earned
the
it.
way.
Jalen earned his. Wait, was he a Bama quarterback?
Oh no. I
Oh.
gotta shout out my boy Drew Lock
You just
anytime.
had to throw Drew
He's-
Lock in there.
Oh, dude, that's my dog. Seeing him play live, even though we got our asses kicked, was just elite.
I know he's associated with so many other teams, but I see him as a Seahawk because he's been there twice.
Yeah.
And I remember whenever he beat some team, and they were not supposed to win that game, but he came in for an injured Geno like 2 years ago or something, and
that was when he did that.
Do you remember that
Shit
game?
on. I put that shit on.
Oh, is that dude?
Yeah.
I remember like
That's
seeing
where-
him like crying as it was like a Week 17 game, and it meant nothing, but he won that shit, and I was like, all right,
Yeah,
Drew Lock,
yeah, he
you
had
can
a-
ball.
Dude, God, who were we playing? Oh my God, I can't remember who we played, but I think he threw for almost 300. He had three throwing touchdowns or passing touchdowns. Jeez, 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. Like
Yeah.
he just went off for no reason. It was insane.
You think
The side
Jalen
tangent
Milroe?
about Drew Lock.
Yeah, I know, right? Oops.
I love him, bro. He
Well-
went to Missouri,
well-
by the way.
Oh, okay. We barely talked about freaking the Seahawks after they won their Super Bowl, so.
Man,
What else do I have? Okay. Let's talk tight ends.
tight ends. Yep. Okay. I was
Kenyon
hoping you'd bring that up.
Kenyon Sadiq, sliding up boards. I had him late first round. He had a 4.3940, and Eli Stowers had a 45-inch vert.
I just
Both
looked up at my TV and Sam Roush is on there right now.
Is that the other tight end?
Yeah, Sanford. Yep.
Yeah, so I was just about to say, Kenyon Sadiq and Eli Stowers are like your receiving prospects, but if you really
Yeah.
want a great blocking tight end, Sam Roush is fucking a monster.
Yeah, I really was impressed by his size out there.
But I had Kenyon Sadiq late first to the Eagles, actually.
Wow, you had him going to the Eagles?
Yes, because as I was
Ah.
going through, I realized he was still on my board, and I felt like I had a bunch of good players ahead of him, and I saw Philly like right there, and I was like, if Howie knows how to draft, Howie knows how. It's not diamond in the rough. He just knows how to pick the best player available, and so I
Yeah,
had him.
yeah.
I had Sadiq available at 23, and Howie's not turning that down. They just said they're getting rid of Goddard.
Yeah, yep, you're 100% right. And you know what? I didn't even think about Sadiq to Philly until you literally just said it. Because
Yep.
we talked about him going to Houston because they really need a tight end outside of Schultz really
Yeah.
bad. God, that just crushed my hopes for Mike. Oh man, to
No,
Philly? Oh my lord, that makes too much sense.
First off, Texans are selling off all of their O line. They need to draft
Yeah.
a young O lineman. If they don't,
That is
what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, why are we trading for Montgomery
Yeah.
and giving up an O lineman for him?
In fact, they gave up 2 O linemen, so you got to draft 2 O line.
Yeah,
If you don't
that is
start
true.
off drafting
Yeah.
2 O linemen, you are wrong. And that sucks because they could go get an Eli Stowers in the second. You know.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Where is he?
Actually, I could totally see Eli Stowers on the Texans. That might be the move. O line first. I don't know when their second pick is, but Houston taking Eli Stowers.
Eli Sauer. Yeah, he had a really good performance too. 4.51 on the 40 yard, 45 and a half on the vert. That's a big body boy just going up for it, bro.
Is he the
Um,
one that was like crazy tall, or was that Sonny Styles? One of them's like fucking insanely tall.
I don't remember. I think no. It's Sunny because they were comparing his size to that of Megatron's.
Saw that, yeah. Yeah, when you're
um,
being compared to Megatron and DK Metcalf like physically, you're probably going pretty high.
that's so insane, bro. They kept saying he's the Megatron of linebackers. I was like, move over, Ray Lewis. You're
Yeah,
no
I know.
longer being looked at.
I saw it. He was something. I think he's like the exact same height as Mike Evans. And I'm like, dude, these are just
Yeah,
great names to be associated with.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
fucking insane.
Um, Sadiq, real quick. I'm gonna blow through pause. Sadiq, Roush, and Stowers.
Hmm.
Um, Kenyon Sadiq, Oregon. He had 4.39 on the 40, 1.5 to 1.54 to get 10. That's 10 yards just like that.
Wow.
Um, he had the second best historical vertical jump for his size and position. Um, an 11-1 for his standout his broad jump. Absolutely blistering speed and athleticism again. Sam Roush, Stanford, which we were just talking about. 4.7, so a little bit slower, but still at his size, that's pretty impressive. A 38 5 for the jump, pretty good for his size as well. Um, a 10.6 on the broad. He hit his three cone in I think it was what they say like just above 7 seconds. So that movement at his size, like
Hmm.
that's very impressive. Um, Stowers, Stowers, is it Stowers or Stowers?
I think I heard someone say Stowers, but I'm
Okay.
sure we'll know on draft
Um,
night.
a four a 4.51 on the 40.
How tall and big is he? Do you know? Do you have those stats?
Stowers? No, I don't have their heights. Let me see. I can look it up real quick. Unless you got it. Um, he had a vert of 45.5.
He's
He had a
6'4",
record.
He's 6'4",
Uh,
215. That's pretty
whew,
lean. That's pretty lean for 6'4", though.
yeah,
Crazy.
that's like. I feel like that's like a Kyle Pitts, but with more explosiveness.
To have 45 and a half on top of being 6'4",
Yep.
like, fuck.
Combine record for a tight end.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Uh, 11.3 for the broad jump. Also an all-time tight end record. I also threw in Gillenborg. I don't know if you've looked at him
I'm
at
not
all.
familiar, no.
Out of Wyoming, he had a okay 40. Nothing was really reported on it. But he did hit his short shuttle in like 4.22, and he's a pretty decent sized guy.
Yeah.
Um, good agility, good agility. Somebody to look at.
It's weird. I feel like if you're going to be a late round tight end, you almost want to be more of a blocking tight end. You
Yeah,
know?
I think when did the Giants take Theo? I think we took him in the third. I want to say. Um, I don't have that right off the top of my brain, but
Yeah.
the same thing. He's more of a big body blocking tight end, and
Hmm.
and look what he was able to do this year. You know, they knew he had a pretty good block game, but then they were like, all right, let's develop the other side of it, and he had a pretty good year. I think we're all waiting on that breakout for him though.
Do y'all have a two? Who's y'all's tight end two? Do you know?
Uh, Daniel Bellinger, but if I'm not mistaken, he's supposed to hit free agency this year. So
So y'all need a
who
tight end.
knows? Yeah, I'm not fully sold on who did I just
Johnson?
say? Yeah,
Theo
Theo.
Johnson?
Uh,
I like
his
Theo
hands are
Johnson for y'all.
very. I do too, but if he doesn't start catching the ball more
Yeah.
consistently, I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
Hey, he'll be Stowers will probably be available for y'all for your second.
I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that. I think he
That'd
was a pretty
be
good prospect.
that'd be crazy because I've been pretty vocal that I don't think y'all should take receiver with your
Right,
first.
right.
But like, if you want to
I
take a
don't either.
if you want to take a freak of a tight end with your second round pick, like I don't hate that for y'all. Y'all, it's a hole that you need, and you still get the receiving help. And yeah,
Sure,
no, I don't hate that for y'all at all.
sure.
Um,
Um,
what do you got to say
who
about
we got
Jeremiah
next?
Love?
Jeremiah Love.
Yeah,
I think he is a far and beyond the best running back in this class. Um,
I don't have any other running
who?
backs in my top. In my there's what's his name? Something Pitt or something. What was there's another running back who I think could go late second, but that's how big the gap is. I think you're looking early first, late second for those running backs.
Yeah, I literally. Mm, I didn't write down nothing for my running backs actually. I did put down a note that I saw one of the coverage channels saying it was the fastest average in 10 years, with most of them going under 4.5, which is, again, the athleticism is all throughout. But the only name I've heard is Love. So
Yeah.
who are they comparing him to? Who's his comp?
Shoot, I actually did. There was a name earlier.
Because
Let's look
I've
that up.
heard Saquon speed and almost Jameer Gibbs esque agility.
I heard an interesting name, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Jameer Gibbs is his big
He
comp."
looks his body style, or not body style, but his frame reminds me a lot of Jameer Gibbs.
I heard someone earlier comp him to Ashton Genty.
Okay.
Said that he was actually probably a better prospect than Genty, which is interesting because Genty went number two, and
Yeah.
his rookie year was disappointing, but it was almost really disappointing mainly because of the team around. Like nobody blames him, you know.
Yeah. I agree.
But he still had 1,000 yards, or right damn near it, or something. So I saw people saying that he's kind of Genty esque, meaning like get him behind a good O line, and you could see like Gibbs production. Um,
Yeah, that's what I was hearing, was that he's a anytime touchdown like kind of guy. So
would
uh, I love an elusive guy who can just go and just burn out of nowhere. That's what I look like, or look for in a running back, is somebody who can make one play and just be gone.
and what's funny is here in the top, people are saying he's going top 10. The only O lines I'd like to see him behind, maybe Tennessee, Giants, Kansas City. That's it. I don't like anywhere else. I don't
So,
see him performing maximally.
I keep hearing that the Giant. Thank you. The Giants are looking into Jeremiah Love, and to me, it's a smokescreen. I think we have a lot more needs outside of running back.
Yeah.
Um, you know, Tyrone Chasey in his first 2 years has had 1,000 all-purpose yards back to back.
Yeah, Dude, in the chat earlier, they were talking about it, and they were like, "Oh my God, could you imagine Jeremiah Love and Scat?" And I'm like, Tyrone Tracy
Tyrone
just
Chasey
doesn't
has left.
exist. He just doesn't
Yeah,
exist anymore.
yeah. He was a receiver before he became a running back, and he's played that third down receiving back position so well.
Yep.
And I think it's actually very overlooked. And then you have your bruiser in Scat.
Yep.
Scat we saw for what 8 games, and then obviously he got injured. But
And Tracy picked it right up.
those 8 games, yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think he's the type of player to just not, come back and still be himself. If Saquon can tear his ACL and then still play the way he has, or if Adrian Peterson can tear his ACL and come back and have, an MVP season, I think we're jumping way too early on that. Not that I'm saying Cam Scatterbu's at any of those levels, but
Right.
come on, the room's fine. I am sad that Devin Singletary is more than likely going to be released. I think he was a great 3. But do we have to replace Devin Singletary with Jeremiah Love? I don't think we do. Not when there's so many holes elsewhere.
You would absolutely raise the floor of that running back room, but it would be so unnecessary. Why would you give up that
Yeah.
draft capital, especially after getting that success from Scat and from Tyrone? Like, cause who is would Scat be your third at that point?
I imagine Tracy would be after how big of a fan favorite Scatterbo just became.
Either way, yeah, people saying love to the Giants. That's kind of ridiculous.
hmm it's the same thing with Kenneth Walker, and the rumors is the Giants are going to be heavily invested in him. It just doesn't make sense, and I think it's a big smokescreen.
Yeah, if y'all were closer, no offense, if y'all were closer to actually competing, I could
Yeah,
see like, oh, y'all need a big name running back to make the difference.
seal it. Yeah,
But no, y'all are still in reconstruction mode. You're just hoping to be better than you were, and I think there's more effective ways to do that. So
yeah. I try to be realistic. I mean, I'm the first one to be like, Giants are making a run this year, But, I mean, we've been 4-13 for the past what 3 years. Come
yeah,
on,
dude,
let's actually do this right.
I'm getting
I
scared because I'm seeing people go. If the Cowboys get their defense in line, they can. And I'm like, no, 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 don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. So like, let me. The trick is to be purposely humble, so that whenever we're way better than everybody else believes that we are going to be, I can rub it in your face without feeling bad. That's the whole point.
Yeah, what's funny is last free agency we were, I think it was before we got you in there. We were all talking about, DK. Where's he heading? And Adam popped in, the Pittsburgh fan, and he goes, "It's gonna be Seattle or every." I think, oh God, who did he say? Because I don't think it was.
Like Baltimore or
I
something.
don't. No, I think me and him were like, no, he's coming here, and he's coming here. Um, but I think Adam was like, nah, bro, I completely believe it'll be you guys. He goes, the Pittsburgh Steelers, we don't deserve them. Yeah, being so humble about it, and he was just denying it was gonna happen at all. And then it happened. He goes, holy shit. He was just that reserved and denied all of it, and it
Yeah,
happened.
that's kind. Of,
He
hey,
was
it
like,
worked
"That's
with.
the formula."
It kind of worked with Pickens. Y'all were all fucking. Y'all were like, oh, he's coming here. He's coming here. Oh no, we want him.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the whole
yeah.
time I was like, we're tagging his ass.
Won't be Dallas.
Speaking of
That is
tags,
true.
do you have anybody you want to get into on the draft before we go into you know, the franchise tagging deadline was today at 4 p.m. So we also have that to talk
Correct.
about.
Correct. Yeah. Um, I do think. I think Sonny Styles is going to be really good. I think nobody's ready for how good, barring injuries. I think nobody's ready for how good he is going to be,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever team gets him, oh boy, are we going to be seeing some turnaround.
Hmm. I
Let me go ahead. Go ahead, because there's
I
something I want to
yeah.
bring up.
I have two quick notes.
Okay.
One, and I wouldn't think much of this one. I put a note here saying that some people are saying Jordan Tyson over Cardell Tate. Now,
Yeah.
I think that's a smokescreen. Don't get me wrong. I think Jordan Tyson's really, really good, and I think he's top half. So top 16. But I
Well,
think Tate's
what was the report that came out about him getting injured? Because I think that if that's true, then it's going to play a huge factor.
was that Tyson, or I thought that
Or
was
no,
like
no, that was Downs. I think that was Downs.
Caleb Downs. Yeah.
Oh,
And then the other one I have is Dylan Thieneman.
it,
What's up?
it was Downs. Yeah,
Yeah, Downs got injured,
Cinnamon.
which I'm
Okay.
hoping. I was
I cut
hoping he would
out. Got
slide
your
through.
audio late.
You're good. And then I have Dylan
Well, he
Thieneman.
might now. He genuinely might. I don't know if Harbaugh's okay. What you got for
Sorry, dude. We're like we like cut off,
him?
and now we're like unsync. We good?
Okay. Oh, oh, oh. Uh.
All right.
All right. So say what you were saying about Downs, and then
Downs got
let's show
injured.
people.
I was thinking about Downs at 12 for Dallas.
Hmm.
I've been on a roller coaster with him. We already have a clip of me saying that he's not making it to Dallas, and now I'm thinking because the injury he might. And then Jerry Jones comes out and says we're not looking at injured players. So like, I really don't know what to think. I think he might be available at 12, and if he is, I kind of want him.
Yeah, I think the upside, even with that injury, I think the upside's just there. It was
Yeah.
funny because you were just talking about Tyson being over. Uh, those injury histories are not the same. Uh, Jordan Tyson's had an injury in every single collegiate year he's played. Caleb Downs, this is the first I'm hearing of him catching an injury, and I don't even know if it's confirmed.
Hmm.
Big difference. He's
Yeah.
or Jordan Tyson is not jumping him. And then who did you say? Who else did you have?
Dylan Thieneman, safety.
The
Since
end.
we're talking safeties, I have him as the safety number 2. Um, and it's funny because I looked at someone else's mock draft after I made mine.
Mm-hmm.
Me, me, and I think it was TPS. I don't remember, but me and this place have him going. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Number 18, Minnesota. Um,
Minnesota. Yep. Yep.
yeah, Harrison Smith is getting old. He could be a culture fit for Brian Flores because he seems to be like a pretty, like, pretty smart young man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um, and I think their defense keeps them in games, so it'd be wise for them while they're still figuring out the quarterback stuff, while they're still
Mm-hmm.
figuring out the offensive woes, to just keep investing in that defense because they won 9 games. They had a winning record last year, despite playing like shit and having JJ McCarthy, Carson Wentz, and Max Brosmer as their starting quarterbacks. That's
Yeah.
actually insane. And it's
Yeah.
because of their defense. Their defense. That Brian Flores, the fact that they kept him guarantees the Vikings 9 wins next year, and you just improve. You get a big ass safety like Dylan Thieneman that can play all over the field. He could also play like outside linebacker. Really, just he's really draft. He's going up the draft boards.
Well, and you know what? That would absolutely like it would finally fix the safety position for the Vikings. Um, they got jumped last year. They they just haven't been able to draft their guy there. And we were talking about earlier the one they have now. He's getting older. It's just it's time to finally fill that hole.
Hmm.
Pause. That uh, that they just haven't been able to get the right person into. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that for him. And who's to say? I mean, if the injury's real, I could totally see down sliding all the way down to the Vikings. I mean, shit, we all thought Shador was top 10 last year, and then he slid into the fifth round. So,
I don't know if we all thought that. I thought that, but I don't know if everybody thought that.
no, I mean, I thought the Giants were going to do the most giant thing and do it. So, I can't really say nothing. I was so thankful we took Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, who do you? What else do you have for the combine?
I wanted to talk about the big boys. Um, Zane Durant, what a fucking combine, dude. He went off in this uh, run. He had a 4.75 on his combine 40. He was burning through his drills. I was just watching him a minute ago, and dude, the agileness for a big boy like that is insane. Oh, that's right. That's somebody I want to talk about too. I just looked up for a second. Was watching. We'll get to that in a sec because I have a great place for him that I think is going to be a nice little clip. And I would love to see how the Broncos fans react to it.
Okay.
They weren't too happy about us with the Tyreek thought. I would like to hear what they say about this.
Okay.
Um, Proctor, awesome as well.
Caden Proctor.
Yep. Caleb. No, it might be Caden. It might be Caleb. I thought it was Caleb.
I have him number 28 to Houston.
To Houston. Wow. Okay.
I
Even
told
bolstering that even more.
I told you they needed
That'd
O
be sick.
line, and that's who. Whenever I was going through, I put Caden Proctor,
Uh,
and I feel good
you,
about
you
that now.
gotta love love a big Louisiana boy. Come on.
Yep.
Grace Halton also had a really good one. Um, the who was the guy out of Clemson? He was the big boy there.
McDonald
He was. I think so.
or Freeland.
I think
Hold on.
so. Maybe it was McDonald.
Oh wait, Clemson.
Yeah.
Is it the dude with a mullet? Dunker?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it
Dunker.
that guy?
Yeah.
I saw. Do you watch That's Good Sports? We probably should be plugging other NFL shows on ours. But,
Hey, shout him out. I'm cool with it. Shout him
dude,
out.
everybody knows fucking Perna. I'm addicted to pornography, bro. It's a joke. You gotta watch their show. It's great. God damn it! Not the website I was looking for. Um. Any other combine people before we move on to free agency?
Yeah. I'll quick fire these real quick. It's a good couple notes here that I just like little side tangents in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Glenn has to go. Did you see that video of him at the combine?
The man's tired, bro.
Come on, bro. That is a man that knows he's out next year and just could not care less. Anyway,
No, I don't know. I don't know. They can't keep firing their coaches.
but do we stick it out with Aaron Glenn? What
You gotta
what did
stick
he
it out
do?
with someone. You gotta stick it out with someone long enough, man. And he didn't do anything because halfway throughout the year, he convinced them to say, "Hey, let's just go ahead and hit the reset button. You already got. Like, let's just do it." And they're like,
Just let me
"All right,
write out my
fine."
contract.
And they sold off all their pieces. Him falling asleep is not a good look. But let's be honest. I've been there. You've been there. I've been there.
I guess I don't know. That's your job. You gotta kind of be aware. I'm just saying.
This is the same organization in which the owner's teenage sons have more pull than the GM because of Madden ratings. So
Oh,
anything goes with this organization, bro.
speaking of Madden ratings, having a Madden rating next to a 40 time is stupid.
A projected Madden rating. Is
Yep,
that what it is?
yep. That I put that note in there.
I think here's my thing. I don't hate it because for the casual fan, basically seeing a scale of 1 to 100 next to that player does help
Yeah,
give some context to it.
I guess
Now,
so. I guess
it's
so.
literally a made up number, and in this instance, it's a made up projection. So it's somebody saying, I
I
think
think
this
he'll
is
be.
what this person is going to think the number is. What is that like?
Come on, that's my point, bro. It's so ridiculous. Why are we projecting this right now? Who in marketing thought, you know what really might sell the next game? We'll put the projected Madden ratings, which will probably be exactly copy and paste
Yeah.
on the rookies for next year.
Not only that,
Ridiculous.
Madden ratings change like every
Yeah,
year.
it does
Like
not matter.
are this who you're projecting this guy as a 97 overall for next year? Rookies don't go that high. We all know that.
Yeah, I thought it was silly.
That is
Um,
silly.
Next note, Buckeyes defense really showed out. We talked a little at length there about how ridiculous that team of Terminators is. Um, those T1000s were balling. The fastest group of safeties in the combine since 1999. That is literally 26 years old.
Wow.
I would know. I was born in '99. Um,
Me too.
the safety out of Oregon had some crazy speed. Um, when I was watching him, he kind of
Is that
shook me
Emmanuel
a little bit.
McNeil? Who is that? Do you know?
Dylan.
Oh, Thieneman?
Yeah. I think Ruben Bain dropped his stock, um, which we talked a little bit about. We definitely see him sliding now. Um, Top linebacker, backers, safety, and an offensive lineman and defensive tackles are as advertised. Everything they've been saying about all of them going and leading up to the mock drafts and everything coming out about them, that all those groups are exactly how they've been advertised. They're
Yeah.
absolutely phenomenal. Jake Slaughter might be one of the most NFL names I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see where he goes.
There was one dude, I think he was a center. He's the only center that I saw in this whole thing. I forgot what was his name. I think it's Jeff Caldwell. But
Okay.
he looks like the most like he's a prospect entering the draft, but he looks like a 43-year-old accountant. I like it's insane. I got to find a picture of this guy. Hold on. I might have that name wrong. I don't know who I just name dropped. But why do I know that name? That is not the guy.
Sinner. Sinner. What's the name you said?
Whatever, this is going to take me a minute.
Okay. Um, the last note I had here over the combine was Marcel Bell is an absolute monster.
Not familiar.
Let me pull him up for you real quick because this guy.
Oh, did you see the Makai Lemon interview?
Uh, what was it?
He just looked super spaced out and like
Did he?
honestly, he looked like he was like stoned or on like a muscle relaxer or something.
Hmm.
Now, part of
Oh,
me's like, it was a 3-second clip. You know what I mean? Don't take it. I don't know the guy. He seems like a good guy outside of that one clip, but it was concerning. Like maybe he's just tired. I'm sure that it's mentally draining to do all that press interaction and team interaction. You got to be on
Yeah.
your. Yeah, I'm sure.
Interviews, all of that.
But and
It's
you never know
probably
what his interviews look like with the teams. Maybe he's just not treating the media the same way.
sure.
Um, but yeah, the Makai Lemon just the clip was a little concerning.
Interesting. Um, I will say I saw the opposite of that with Jeremiah Love. All the teams had nothing but approving outlets after their interviews with him,
Yeah.
except after I think the third team, the rest of the teams he interviewed were saying that he was tardy to their interviews. But the reality was he wasn't late to them by choice. He was still doing interviews.
Mm,
Teams wanted to talk to him that much.
wow.
Um, Markel Bell, my bad. He's a offensive tackle out of Florida.
I wasn't aware of him.
Or
Do you have him going
yeah,
first
Miami.
round?
Uh, after today, I could see a sneaky first
Yeah.
round, maybe.
I was mainly looking at first round prospects. I do want to get some. Whenever we do our mock draft, whatever, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. We're just doing first round, but we don't
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
do But I do want to do a. Hey, here's some top prospects I'd like to see on day 2 or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Do we want to talk about free agency?
Let's do it.
Cool. Let me. Did I send that screenshot of the non-franchise tag people?
I have something here. Let's start with the 4 that were tagged.
Okay. Cool.
So, notable franchise tagged players. We've got George Pickens with the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go. Kyle Pitts with the Falcons was tagged. Brees Hall officially
Yep.
tagged as they're working
Tag
out.
today before the deadline, right?
Yep. And Colts quarterback Daniel Jones transition tag.
Yep.
Which, if I remember correctly, the rest of these are just basically we're extending your contract, and then we're going to pay you X amount. I think it's 114%. The last I saw the number, I could be totally off on that. The Colts, the transition tag, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, they basically place a tender on them, like a first or second round, and they say
I believe so.
we can either match a deal or we get this compensation, if I remember correctly. I'm sure you'll let me know.
I'm looking it up for us.
Okay.
The NFL transition tag is a 1-year tender that allows a team to retain a free agent while giving them the right to first refusal to any match offer sheet from another team. So it gives them right of first refusal. They get the chance to match it, but the player can negotiate with other teams.
Okay, so we could still see Daniel Jones go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Let
just it might cost a little bit more.
me say I'm the biggest hater.
I know you are. Dude, I'm the biggest. You saw me this
Yeah.
whole season. I was rooting for him every step of the way.
Well, I think my hatred more goes from an organizational standpoint. Let me just say that. But at the same time, you had, I'd argue, more in New York than you had with Indy, with probably a very close comparison there. Why couldn't you do that here? Why?
Coaching,
Why did the
front
Giants have
office.
to? Why did the Giants have to reach on him? I don't think anybody saw him as that high of a draft pick. Top 10?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there were projections for him going in the second. you know.
I
So
don't think anybody
I, I
ever
th-
doubted the talent with Daniel Jones, right? It was always just it just never. He started off hot, I feel
yeah,
like, and then
yeah.
I don't honestly. I just think something happened between him and Dable, and Dable had to go, and Jones had to go, and
Uh,
I don't know.
he only played 1 year with Dable, or like 1.5 year with Dable.
No way. When did y'all
hmm
draft? 2018, right?
Yeah, I think so.
How long was
I
Dable there?
believe so. He Jones came in right before Eli wrapped up his career, and then we got Dayball in 22.
For some reason, I thought he was sooner than that. Okay. I don't know. Sometimes just the environment and the player don't mesh.
Yeah.
And
Well, we've been talking at length about the quarterbacks going into free agency and them being like with the thing being a fresh start could mean everything.
I mean, yeah, you leave New York where people are literally booing you in the parking lot. You go to a place like Kevin O'Connell's system in Minnesota, and then you go compete with somebody in Indianapolis,
Yeah.
win the job the year that the famous owner dies,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I feel like
Yeah.
it's a whole different circumstance that you can
Sure.
succeed under. And it's not like the Colts were bad; they were floating around 500 the last few years. You know,
True. That is true. That the Giants weren't, I guess, in that situation at all. We've been up and down bad for a while.
and I think their receiver core is one of the more slept on ones. Um,
Sure. Sure.
you know, between I keep wanting to say Marvin Mims, but he's Denver, right?
yeah.
Um, who's their starts with Pittman? They have
hmm
Pittman and Josh Downs and um, the other one that is on this page over here, I think, Alec Pierce.
Alec Pierce. Yeah. Notable not franchise tag player.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on our franchise tagged players besides Daniel Jones?
Pickens, I think we all saw coming from a mile away.
Mhm.
My question is whether or not Jerry trades him going forward. I still don't think so. I think you guys got him for a reason. Um, whether or not he'll actually play, we'll have to wait and see. There's a lot of talk about him holding out if Jerry doesn't extend him. So I think if he
Honestly,
holds out, Jerry might trade him.
I'm kind of with you. I've been on this train. Trade him while the value's high.
sure.
Um, it's not like he just toned down the antics when he came to Dallas because he was in a contract year and wanted money. And
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the first time. It's not he still was acting out. He still has discipline issues. If he can go for a second, hell, if he can go for a first, you squeeze that out. If you're Jerry, and you say, okay, go, and then maybe we get a Jordan Tyson, not in the first. You're looking second round. Maybe we get a KC Concepcion or a Denzel Boston. A good like two.
hmm
But we don't have a second rounder, so we don't have a second rounder. People are wanting Pickens. I think they'll pay a second rounder. I think you literally flip him for the best rookie available at the middle of the second.
I think if Dallas required a second this year and a first next year, you make that trade.
Yeah,
Like
and
I
I
don't
think
think you even hesitate for George Pickens. Yeah,
and I like Kyle Pitts staying on the Falcons.
I don't.
I I do, especially because they don't have a first round pick after giving it to um, after wasting it on James Pierce.
yeah,
So it's like you are probably out of the running for a Kenyon Sadiq or a um, Eli Stowers, and there's not really any other I guess you could take like Jonnu Smith from, I don't know. Are there any other tight ends on the move? Fryermuth, one of the Steelers
What
tight ends.
about what about picking up Goddard in free agency?
Goddard, Go- Goddard and Pitts feels like a lateral move. I mean, Pitts hasn't been horrible. We went over it last time. He had 1,000
Yeah,
yards like his rookie year and last year. And he's been floating around 800, 900. It's just that people saw him as a fucking. People thought he was going to
fantasy
be Brock
bust.
Bowers. Yeah, people thought he was going to be Brock Bowers, and he doesn't perform well in fantasy, but he's still great for the team. So
Right, right.
I like them saying we're going
Uh,
to give him another year, see if he can continue to perform. If so, we'll give him a decent, you know, tight ends don't cost that much. They're what 20, 25, somewhere
right.
around there.
Yeah, roughly, roughly. Intrigued to see where somebody like Goddard ends up, but I wanted to see Kyle Pitts land somewhere else. Texans would have been dope. A Denver Broncos would have been dope. Um, you know, I would have liked to see it somewhere else.
People keep pointing at the Texans and they're like, they need tight end help, and I'm like, what's so wrong with Don Schultz? I don't think he was
He's
that bad.
well the yeah. I mean, I think Schultz was solid, but he's getting to the point now where we've obviously seen, I think, the pinnacle of where he's gonna go. That it's not that high, you know. I
Mhm.
think there's better moves to be made out there. I think if you cut him, you definitely go get a Kyle Pitts. I
Mhm.
mean, look how close we are to a Houston Super Bowl run. Behind that defense, I
Mhm.
mean, you give CJ an O line that can hold him long enough to make a drive sustainable against a good defense, and then
Mhm.
give him a borderline uh, top 15. Are we gonna say top 15 for Kyle Pitts? No, no. Okay. Well,
Top
either way.
15. Wait, top 15 tight ends?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to think. That game we play, I can name this many tight ends better. You know, I don't think you. I don't think you make it to 15. I think he's top 15.
Okay, so I mean that's a top 15 check down machine that, you know, here's your comfort zone, but here's a pretty solid group of receivers, and we have an O line to give you some time.
Yeah.
Make it work. Behind that defense, you're looking at a winning formula. That's a couple pieces away.
And yeah, I don't even know what pick the Falcons have for their second round. Second round pick 2026. They have the number 48 pick. Oh my god.
Okay. Second round, pick 18.
Yeah, you're not
Or
making
no?
it. You're not. Damn, that sucks. Almost 50 players gone before you even get a fucking pick. People are
Yeah.
saying Omar Cooper. That's crazy. I have him going before then. Hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's the Giants pick too, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
I think that's, or no, we have a second rounder. It's the third we're missing.
Oh, people are saying receivers. Okay, interesting.
What? They want a receiver to Houston?
To Falcons. Falcons.
Oh, Falcons. Okay, my bad, my bad.
And any thoughts on
That's
Brees
also
Hall?
crazy. And
Yeah.
Brees Hall, that's another one I want to see get out of there. I think the Jets are just such a trash can organization that holding on to these players like Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall, who we're talking about,
As somebody
it
who has
makes me sad.
benefited from them like offloading a really really good player, I can't sit here and criticize them for it. They've offloaded half of their really good players, and they have to
Yeah,
keep something. They still have
yeah.
to play the games next year. They still have to have football players, and so it's like, would it be fun to see an NFL team literally flip fucking every single player? Yes,
Yeah.
that would be so fun to see. And they probably
We
should.
gotta give you gotta
But
give the fans something to come see.
exactly, I'm sure the Jets are hanging on by dear life, and they have a tattoo of Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall hugging, and they're just like,
I'll pay anybody who goes gets that tattoo.
hey,
I'm kidding. I don't have that kind of money. Don't do that.
it should be Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner in the tattoo. By the way, just saying.
Oh, oh, oh man, that's brutal. I've, oh, God, dude. You know what's so crazy to come back to Daniel Jones is like, you almost had it. You almost had a run right there. You know that ACL is a motherfucker.
Dude, I remember hate watching that win against the Vikings. And like the first time in my brain that I had a nice thing to say about the Giants, it was damn, this Daniel Jones guy can scramble, huh?
hmm
That was
You
like
know
the
what's so,
first.
dude? When he tripped against Philly, something just changed on his run game. Like we memed it too hard or something, and it he took it personal. He just stopped doing it for a while, and then when he did it, it was horrendous.
Dude, y'all booed him out the stadium in the parking lot.
Yeah,
I saw that and I was
yeah.
like, you can't make me hate this man. Ridiculous. Oh my god, he's a human being. Audio cut out real
That's
quick.
New York market for you. It's so brutal. Yo yo yo
Can you
yo.
hear me?
We back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. It's delayed right now, but it will come back. Um. Oh.
It says ask DJ to refresh and rejoin from a regular browser, not incognito. Are you in incognito? Technical difficulties, everybody. We're gonna get DJ back up here real soon. In the meantime, what do you mean? Okay, there it goes. Sending him an invite. We're gonna get him up here real soon. In the meantime, let's go ahead and sneak peek my mock draft. Why not? We're gonna be talking about this next time. Alright, don't look too much. Don't look too much. Don't look too much. Okay, look. I made this before the combine. So, I do have Jeremiah Love. Oh, DJ's back. DJ's back. DJ? Okay, I can see you, but I can't hear you.
Okay.
There you go. I can hear you.
All right. Good. Live show, folks.
It's cool. I kept it afloat. I gave him a sneak peek of the mock draft.
Ooh. Okay. Um. Real quick, just because he popped up and I just remembered. Mike Washington Jr. out of Arkansas, 6'1", 233, had a 4.33 dash. The way he plays just screams Bronco to me. I think he'd be a great weapon down there in Sean Payton's system.
What is he, tight end?
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver. I was about to say, people, speaking of that, just real quick, Sean Payton's been looking for a joker, and apparently, his words, right? And apparently, who's their... Evan Ingram was supposed to be like fill that role. I bet he's looking at
former
these...
Giant.
Yeah. I bet he's looking at these tight ends, like Eli Stowers, at the end of the first round, right where he could go.
Yeah.
And even if they don't take him...
That would be nice.
You know who's going to be a free agent, or who could be?
Dallas Goedert.
Taysom Hill.
You think Taysom Hill's gonna go? Wow.
You get Taysom Hill to follow Sean Payton to Denver.
Wait,
and
didn't he retire?
Taysom Hill?
Yeah. I thought he retired.
No way. Last I saw, he was set to, like, he has like 1 year left or something. Runs through the 2025 season, featuring a void year in 2026. No, so Taysom Hill could be a free agent if he wanted to. He could
Uh,
go to Denver and fill their tight end spot and be. What do you mean? What are you seeing?
following a final home game in. Oh, I guess he hasn't officially announced it, but following a final home game in December of 2025, New Orleans Saints utility player Taysom Hill gave an emotional reflective address suggesting potential retirement or departure from the team after 9 seasons. He's 35, bro. He's 35.
He could still play.
I think he could too, but I think he's gonna retire.
I say he gets one more year or two ring chasing with Sean Payton in Denver. If anything, as a tight end too.
Yeah, sure. Him and Evan Ingram.
And Bo Nix went down and Stidham had to come in and everybody was like worried about the backup quarterback. You kind of have a default like third string
Yeah,
with Taysom
true.
Hill. But anyway,
There was another quarterback we didn't talk about in the draft we really didn't talk quarterbacks for the combine. If I can bring us back to
yeah,
it, Ty Simpson had some beautiful footwork out there.
hmm
He can make the deep ball, but I saw a lot of his passes getting hung up and just taking too long to get there. That was a big red flag for me.
yeah.
Um, Send him to the Steelers. Uh,
Fuck Will
Taylor.
Howard.
I honestly, I would not be surprised if we see Pittsburgh pop into the quarterback market here, just to see what they can get as a competition for uh, Will Howard after Rodgers leaves.
Yeah,
The next one, which insane, Taylon Green, 4.37 40. It was really really nice. He he had a 43 and a half vert as a quarterback. I
hmm
thought that was it was the highest for QB since 2003, and he jumped higher than DK Metcalf did. That was another thing he got another comp DK had that night. Um, did really good. Drew Allard, I thought looked really nice. Um,
yeah. You were saying he could jump Ty Simpson.
I think he will. I think he will. I think he's gonna. If there's two quarterbacks in the first, I think Drew Allard will be the one teams ridiculously jump for.
Really,
And yeah, I mean, again, we both agree that it's only going to be Fernando, but
the only one I could
if there's
see,
gonna be,
the only one I could see is Los Angeles with that 29 pick that they got.
yeah,
Um, just because they already have a first to burn, and there is the Garoppolo Stafford question. Stetson Bennett's not gonna back him up, and but again, I think they're ring chasing with Stafford, and I think they think they're close, which I would agree. So why would
yeah, yeah,
you start investing in the future? Especially with the first round, maybe you know what I mean.
third or fourth, take a flyer.
Exactly. And if you could get a Drew Aller in the third or fourth, shoot, shoot,
Yeah,
why not?
I thought he had a really good ball. I This is another one I could see, ironically, to Pittsburgh. I could see the Vikings picking him up. I could see Arizona picking him up. Although we have a different theory of who their next QB is going to be after this year, um, which you completely sold me on that, dude. I can't see
Yeah,
anything else now.
Arch
That's
Manning.
all I see. Yep, that's all I see is Arch Manning in Arizona now. it seems too fitting. They take a flyer on somebody this year, see what we have, fill some holes, and then drop Arch.
They've been
Woo.
tanking for years, and I think purposely too, just because they have a roster, man. They just suck.
Who'd they pick up for head coach over there?
Mike LaFleur.
Mike
So you got
LaFleur.
yeah, Sean McVay, like
That's right.
offensive
That's right.
coordinator, who that traditionally works. He's Matt LaFleur's brother. Um, he
Well, McVay system that's air raid offense with a
mhm.
power run. Like we might get the best out of Marvin Harrison Jr. after all.
he he's not known for being a quarterback whisperer, so to speak, but he's known really for like playing well with. I guess you say that about anybody. Anybody can play well with a good quarterback, but
Yeah.
he's the best offensive coordinator the Jets have had in a minute.
Um, Carson Beck. Do we want to talk about Carson Beck?
Carson Beck is a weird one. I think he has character concerns. I think it's because he like played at University of Miami that I don't see him in anything else except the Dolphins jersey.
That's what I have wrote down for him.
Really?
As he stays in Miami. Yep.
But they
Let
have
me pull it up real
Ewers, they
quick.
have Zach Wilson. I mean, I guess if they're letting go of Tua, they need someone.
Yep. I said Carson Beck stays in Miami would be the most devastating thing to happen to them since Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah. Ever since
Yep.
I said my Kyler Tua swap theory, like I'm kind of sold on Kyler in Miami.
Um, we didn't get a lot of agreement there.
Well,
We
just
had
like
some
I
people
think
say
Ty
that it didn't make sense.
whatever. Just like people just like I'm saying Tyreek's going to the AFC West.
Hmm.
Kyler, I swear, he's going to the AFC East. He's either going to be a Jet or a Dolphin.
Wow, dude, the graphic on my thing by the numbers, Cardinal Tate's comp is CD Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb was number 12, number 14.
Was it?
I
Yeah,
forget.
that makes sense. Didn't you guys move up for him, or was it a stick and pick?
I think we were coming off of that 8-8 season, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. Damn. So CD Lamb himself is worth 3 games.
Shoot, I'd lose it. I'd lose four. 17th overall.
17. That's great
Crazy.
value for CD. Makai
Oh yeah.
Lemon, yeah, Makai Lemon's being comped to Amon Ra, which is funny because I think in that interview we were talking about, he said he thinks of himself as an Amon Ra. Damn, I know what you're talking about now. And that I think I remember what you were talking about, and
Yeah.
yeah, he did seem a little out there. Because I
You
remember
wanna?
him talking about that, about comparing himself to Amon Ra, and I was like, this guy kind of looks like he's not here.
I have some players that were not tagged today.
Okay, yeah.
Kenneth Walker, Alec Pierce, Adafe Owe, Travis Etienne, Tyler Linderbaum, Trey Hendrickson.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room?
Is it Kenneth Walker?
Mm-mm.
Oh, Linderbaum.
A good offensive lineman made it to free agency.
God damn it, he's a giant, isn't he?
I
I hate
mean,
you.
dude, he's got to be right.
If you
Why
sign,
would he
if you
leave?
sign him, if you sign him, I give you a blessing to take Carnell Tate at 5.
Really, really.
Yeah, not like you need my blessing, but
Well, no. So I mean, that's all right. Your O line's good enough, right?
Do
Go
y'all
get
need
your
a center
weapons.
though? Who's y'all center now?
John Michael Schmitz.
Okay, no idea who that guy is. You need a center.
Yep, yep. He has not been good. We've been
God, I've
waiting on
seen.
him to. Yeah, you seeing him in big blue colors, right?
I'm seeing it, dude. I'm seeing. John Harbaugh brings over his guy to plug a hole. That way he can free up room in the draft to add a weapon. Yeah. Okay.
It's either gonna be Tate, Downs, or Sonny Styles now.
I've
Those are
seen
the
people
three at
mocking.
five.
Yeah. I've seen people saying Sunny Styles to y'all. Um.
I'm those three names I mentioned. I worry even reach us. Like I could see all three of those players going before we're even on the board. I really can.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
think.
even with the Raiders, bro. Even with the Raiders at one, almost guaranteed to take um,
Fernando.
Fernando. I could still see. All right, Jets take uh, out of nowhere. Sony Styles gone. Uh,
Yeah.
Arizona sticks and picks, takes Caleb Downs to put a piece in the back. A Buda
Well,
Baker replacement.
I was about to
And
say,
then
yeah, for y'all picking so high, like any sudden switch ups move some
mhm,
really good players down towards y'all.
yeah,
If you
yep,
could fucking leave with a David Bailey, which would be insane to take two edges back to back. But if you could somehow pull off like an Arvell Reese, that'd be insane.
yeah. Well, Arvo Reese is a funny one because he's more of an edge player than he is an actual linebacker.
Yeah.
He can play both, but we already kind of have that with Abdul Carter. Carter's played off the edge before, and he did when he played with us. So
Mhm.
we already kind of have that edge rusher that can bounce back. But I mean, are we really saying if Sonny Styles is gone, then we're taking two edge rushers that can kind of play middle linebacker to be our middle linebackers?
Yeah. I will
It
say
doesn't make sense to me.
we've talked about it before. Like you're not always trying to plug holes. Sometimes you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
bolster a strength. And with y'all
Yeah,
having Abdul Carter, Brian Burns,
Kayvon
and
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau, and you somehow get a David Bailey or like a Ruben Bain, like all of a sudden you've got one of, if not the best pass rushes in the league. Um,
If we take Ruben Bain, like let's say he drops, I don't think he should go at five. I don't. I think he should be late to back end first round.
Ruben Bain,
Yeah.
wow, I have him number 7 to Washington.
Washington, I can see, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
But as of right now, I have y'all with Spencer Fano.
I don't know. Right. Well, if Linderbaum bomb gets picked up, you can switch that mock draft again.
Yeah, no, we'll see. Who else?
Who
There's
else?
two edges. Odafe Owe is an interesting one with the Chargers. Why would they release him? I thought he was performing pretty well.
I haven't seen any reports as to a reason why. I imagine it was either he wanted to leave or they didn't want to pay him the money he wanted. But
That's
again, why not franchise tag him?
Odafe Owe, man. Hmm. I feel like the Cowboys could get him for cheap.
If I'd say if and we'll talk about him, but if Hendrickson goes somewhere else, that would be a great compensation pickup.
He's not. He doesn't have. He doesn't have the greatest stats, but it looks like I think he'd be a great depth piece because he performed pretty well. I could have sworn he performed well with the Ravens, but it looks like that was just a 1 year thing. So he's an upside. He's a high upside depth piece for sure.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Well,
mind having
that
him in my linebacker core.
yeah, I was about to say you can never have too many pass rushers. So I mean, getting some depth that's playing decently is definitely worth it.
It's funny. ESPN has him listed as a linebacker, but this post has him as a edge. So, he might honestly, yeah, a depth player that can play two positions. I would love that for a good. What's his contract? I would love that as a signing for the right price for Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah. Were they
Oh,
up there pretty?
what's up?
I said, are you looking up to see what the heck, man?
Are you frozen? Because I'm not anymore. All right. Looks like he's gone. He'll come back. They always do. Wonder if I have to invite him again. How does this work? All right. You good?
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, all right. No, it made me refreshing. But um,
Uh,
did you find how much they're expecting?
yeah. It looks like he could go for about 12 mil a year,
Okay.
which for a linebacker, I'm honestly we're not in the well, we don't have the space, but we're not in the room to be picky. I'd like to see the compensation for that. If it's like 12 mil a year, and he was a late first rounder, so if we get him for like a fourth or fifth, I would like it.
Let's look at the opposite end of that money bag situation. Trey Hendrickson. We all know he's going to be catching a bag, so how do we feel about that? Is Hendrickson to Dallas itching up for you?
Hendrickson to Dallas. I've definitely said in the past I would love him. I would not hate him, but I don't want to pay him premier edge rusher prices.
No, I mean he was a top sack uh, getter, what, last year and this year?
But how
Or
old is
didn't
he?
he lead the lead? Didn't he lead the league in sacks last year?
Yeah, despite being on the worst defense, it's actually crazy.
That's talent, bro. That's
Where are
that's
the
Miles Garrett energy.
Okay, hear me out though. He's 31.
Okay.
I just he's a great player. I would love him for the right price. Um, what's his contract? What's he going to be wanting? He's okay. He'll be wanting about 30 mil.
Okay.
That's a no go for me.
Really?
Especially because I think Bengals will want. They're stingy. I think they're going to want a third for him at least, or they'll just release his ass.
Would you
Oh
give
no,
him?
no, no, no. He's a free agent. So
Would you give him the Brian Burns contract?
how much is that?
5 years, 141. It's about 28.2 a year.
No.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong. Burnsy is Burns, but Spider
I
Burns
could.
gonna Spider Burn. But
One, I don't think Jerry would do that for a player that's 31. I'll say I would do a
that's a fair point.
4 year 100 mil.
4 year 100. I don't hate that.
25 a year,
Perfect.
keep them happy, have a good like depth place with leadership, high upside, absolutely. But I feel like that would be our one big signing. And
Yeah,
I don't
I think it would be.
and I don't know. It's like I guess looking
And
at
you
this
guys,
list.
you guys also have 2 first round picks this year in the draft, so I don't hate that if that's your only big signing.
I say we should flip the late second or the late first, the 20.
Yeah.
But that really depends on a lot. I mean, who's I have us taking and I didn't really like it that much. I like the player, but I have us taking C.J. Allen at 20. Uh, if there's a Peter Woods there, no, we don't need Peter Woods. We have Quentin Williams. Are there any defensive edges? T.J. Parker. I'd rather have C.J. Allen. Yeah, I would. Honestly, never mind. Just keep it. If you don't have a second round, keep your late first. You just get a better
Yeah.
second round pick. That's
Exactly. What about Alec Pierce?
if the Colts know what they're doing, they should re-sign him. He is.
Do you think they're just letting him test the market and they're expecting him to come back with a number?
Well, they didn't like transition tag him or anything.
Not
Who's
Daniel
their?
Jones got that.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Let me look up their depth.
That was the
because
choice. That was the choice. Daniel Jones or Alec Pierce. And you know what
Probably.
that reminds me an awful lot of?
Why couldn't they just trade Alec Pierce though? I feel like his value is high. And are you gonna say Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley right now?
Correct. Not that Alec Pierce is Saquon level, but
Yeah.
come on, bro. Could you imagine? If we had Saquon and Cam Scatterboo right now? And then Tyrone Tracy at 3? Come on!
I was about to say, fuck Tyrone Tracy.
I love Tyrone Tracy, bro. Don't do that to me.
I feel like I'm the only one going out to bat for him right now.
Nah.
Okay, Colts depth chart. Who do they have behind Alec Pierce? Because I feel like they could have traded him. His value's pretty high, right?
Is McCole Hardman still there?
On the Colts?
Yeah.
Was he? I
don't remember.
They have Michael Pittman. Alec Pierce is there too. Josh
Alec
Downs.
Pierce is there too?
Yeah. They have the only other name I know on here is Laquan Treadwell.
That's right. I'm a dumbass. He was just with Buffalo. He signed a 1 year with Buffalo. I'm a dumbass.
So it's like you don't have a clear 3. You could draft a 3, sure, but I'm sure that's probably what they're planning on doing. Just why would you not try to get something for Pierce? I feel like he could have gone. What did they spend on him? Round 2, you could have easily gotten a third. Gotten a third. A young second round pick that's performing extremely well with a little bit of miles on him. Yeah, you could flip him for a third, and they just let him walk. Crazy.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, one other name I'd like to add to this list of players that didn't get franchise tagged.
What?
Wan'Dale Robinson didn't get franchise tagged.
I think everyone knew he was hitting the road. Right?
I think I for one kind of wish we'd at least franchise tagged him. That's a big number though. He's wanting like 19 to 20 a year. I don't think you give him that. I think somebody will, but I don't think it'll be us.
Arizona, Vegas,
Indianapolis.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Josh Downs, though, is he gonna stay your 3? I like Josh Downs.
Wan'Dale is a great 2, I think.
So it'd be Michael
an absolute
Pittman.
stud at 2.
Yeah, and
Wan'Dale, and then
how was Daniel Jones and Wan'Dale connection?
it was very limited. We didn't really get a whole lot. It was okay. Would I say they're familiar? Probably not.
I could see Wan'Dale. It's so funny because I don't think that this team needs it, but I just could see them doing it. Wan'Dale to Packers.
Packers. You know what? I also can I could see Dallas. I could see him going to Dallas. Not Pickens. CD loves him. CD thinks he's great. I don't see why he doesn't be your Turpin replacement as a wide receiver 3.
If we trade him, yeah. Well, man, I don't think we're gonna get to our game.
I know we've talked about a lot tonight.
Yeah. I think we got on here too, and we were like, "What are we even gonna talk about, dude? We need to just start talking."
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, is there any other names you want to talk about before we move on out of here?
Nah, man. We just had the window close. Next week, free agency begins. There's a 2 week tampering window, right?
Let me
What is
see,
that?
because I thought I believe it starts next week. Let me see.
Because I know contract negotiations begin on the 9th, but free agency starts officially on the 11th. So that's probably that 2 days there. You have 2 days to
Yep. Yep.
negotiate contracts before they can seek out other teams.
So today was the franchise deadline. Um, March 9th, which is
Next Monday, the day before the
next
pod.
next Monday. Legal tampering period begins. Teams can negotiate with pending UFAs, and then March 11th, new league year and free agency signing period begins.
That's
And then we
crazy.
have that all the way till April 17th.
Right before the draft.
Yep.
So I have next week we're gonna talk final free agency predictions. Before free agency starts the next day after the pod. And then the week after that is mock draft 1.0.
Yep. I will say right now, I'll put it out there. I should be available for first day of free agency. I should be here. Um, Let us know in the comments if you guys want us to do a live reaction. Um, if you want me to go on there and react and share the news as it comes in. If you guys are interested in it, I'll definitely rip that.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. We can still talk after.
Sure.
Thank y'all for watching the Extra Point podcast. This has been super fun. We had a lot to talk about today. You can follow us on Apple, YouTube, Spotify. That's where you're gonna find our actual full length episodes, and then we've got clips on all your major social media platforms. I have been Aaron.
Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah. Instagram,
I've been
TikTok,
DJ.
Facebook, YouTube Shorts. I've been Aaron.
You
He's been
name it.
DJ. And you've been extra pointed. I don't know. All right. Peace, y'all. How do I stop this? Oh, there's a stop button.